Hello students, today we will be starting with a new topic. The new topic name is Structure and Physiography. This chapter is present in the class 11 book of Physical Environment, and today we will be discussing about the types of mountains and also about the Himalayan region and peninsular region. So let us discuss. Here, first comes regarding the Himalayas. You see, Himalayas are very much flexible, they are young, they are weak in comparison to the peninsular mountains here. Now, if I talk about the Himalayas still are in the changing mood. They are still in the modifying mood. Why? Due to the exogenic and the endogenic forces. Now, if I talk about the exogenic forces, examples are the gravity, the solar energy, which means outside part of the earth are known as the exogenic forces. And endogenic forces are related to the mountains, the lava, the volcanic lava. They are endogenic forces. Endogenic forces is the inside part. It is the inside part and it is the outside part. Also, on the other hand, for this exogenic and endogenic forces only, there are falls, there are folds, there are thrust planes, which means there are falls, which means the changing of the mountain. There are folds, also there are thrust planes. Now, these mountains are tectonic in origin. These mountains are tectonic in origin, dissected by fast-flowing rivers which are in their youthful stage. Various landforms like gorges, V-shaped valleys, rapids, waterfalls, etc. are indicative of this stage. Now, if I talk about these mountains, the Himalayan mountains are tectonic in origin, which means they are a rough terrain in origin. Also, on the other hand, they have fast-flowing rivers. The Brahmaputra river is there, the Ganga river is there. They are all originating from the Himalayan rivers itself. And also, they are in the youthful stage. Various landforms. Now, various landforms are being inculcated from the Himalayan region. Now, what are the various landforms? Comes the gorges, the V-shaped valleys, the rapids, the waterfalls. They are all being originated from the Himalayan region. Now, here you see, the northern boundary of the peninsular block may be taken as an irregular line running from Kutch along the western flank of the Aravalli range near Delhi and then roughly parallel to the Yamuna and Ganga as far as the Rajmahal hills and the delta and the Ganga delta. Very, very important regarding the peninsular block. Now, if I talk about the peninsular block, it is an irregular line. It is an irregular line running from the Kutch. It runs from the Kutch, which is from Gujarat, and then goes to the western flank of the Aravalli range. The Aravalli range is in Delhi, means in the parts of Delhi, and then roughly it is parallel to the Yamuna and Ganga as far as among the Rajmahal hills and the Ganga delta, which means they are far parallel to the Yamuna and the Ganga, and it will be crossing to the Rajmahal hills and the Ganga delta. Now, also here comes the Karbi Along and the Meghalaya plateau. The Karbi Along and the Meghalaya plateau is in the northwest. The Karbi Along and the Meghalaya plateau is in the northeast, and also Rajasthan in the west have the extensions of this peninsular block. Now, what are the extension? The extension comes the Karbi Along. The Karbi Along and the Meghalaya plateau also have the extension of the peninsular block, and also comes the Rajasthan from the west itself. The northeastern parts are separated by the Malda fault in West Bengal from the Chota Nagpur plateau in Rajasthan. The desert and the other desert-like feature overlay this block. Now, if I talk about the northeastern parts are separated from the Malda fault itself. Now, if I talk about the Malda fault, here, the Malda fault is present in West Bengal. It is quite far from the Chota Nagpur plateau, and in Rajasthan, the desert and other features of the desert also overlaid this block. Now, this block is actually being comprised of the peninsular block of the peninsular region. The rift valleys of the Narmada, the Tapi, and the Mahanadi and the Satpura block mountains are the example of it. Now, what are the mountains that come from the peninsular block? Now, what are the names of the mountain? First, you see the Satpura block mountain. First comes the Satpura block mountain, which is a part of the peninsular block and the other rift valleys. Now, what are the other rift valleys? The Narmada is there, the Tapi is there, the Mahanadi is there. The Narmada, the Tapi, and Mahanadi are the examples of the peninsular block. Now, here we will be understanding about the Himalayas. You see, these are the part of the Himalayas. The Himalayas will be annexing India as well and the parts of China and Nepal as well. And here, if I talk about the peninsular block comes from the Kutch, which means from Gujarat, and then it will be coming from the Aravalli ranges, and also it will be parallel to the Ganga river and the Yamuna river, and then it will be crossing the parts of the Meghalaya plateau and the Karbi Anglong, and then it will be coming to Chota Nagpur plateau. So you see, these are the parts of the peninsular block, and here you can see the picture of the Himalayas. You can see the picture of the Himalayas are there. This is the picture of the Himalayas, which means the top of the Himalaya, and here this is the Aravalli range, which is in Delhi. So I hope so you have saw the picture and the map out here, and I have already explained you regarding the peninsular block. Now we will be understanding about the Indo-Ganga-Brahmaputra plain. Now, what is the Indo-Ganga-Brahmaputra plain? The third geological division of India comprises the plains formed by the river Indus, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra. Originally, it was geosynclinal depression which attached maximum development during the third phase of the Himalayan mountain formation, approximately about 64 million years ago. Now, about 64 million years ago, about 64 million years ago, the Indo-Gangetic plain was in formation. How? This is the third geological division. This is the third geological division which comprises the plain formed by the river Indus, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra. The river Indus, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra, and also it was a geosynclinal depression. Geosynclinal depression means it is all being modified by the geographical parts itself, and also it has attached maximum development during the third phase. During the third phase itself only, it has comprised to the maximum development. For that reason only, it has been termed as the third geological division. And this phase was being completed along with the Himalayan mountain formation, which was about 64 million years ago. Also, you see the second point, since then it has been gradually filled by the sediments brought by the Himalayan and the Peninsular River. Average depth of the alluvial deposit in this plains ranges from 1000 to 2000 meters. Now here, if I talk about the Peninsular Rivers, you see most of the sediments, that it was gradually being filled by the sediments. Now what do you mean by the sediments? Which means the parts of rocks, the stones, they are known as the sediments. They are being brought by the Himalayan region itself, from the Himalayan region and from the Peninsular River. And the average depth of the alluvial deposits, the average depth of the alluvial deposits which is coming from the Himalayan and the Peninsular region, it has a depth of 1000 to 2000 meter. Very, very important. It may come as MCQ. Now, the relief and physiography of India has been greatly influenced by geological and geomorphological processes active in the Indian subcontinent. Now, relief and physiography of India, which means the geographical part of India, the relief and the physiography, the structure of India was basically being influenced by the geological and geomorphical processes active in the Indian subcontinent, which means our Indian subcontinent is still in the process of modification, you can say. First, we have understood about the third geological division. Why? Because during the third phase only, the Indo-Ganga and Brahmaputra plain was in formation during the third phase of the Himalayan formation, and it is of geosynclinal depression, which means synclinal depression means the depression is little bit of like this. It is little bit of like this. Also, you see there are many much sediments that come from the Himalayan and the Peninsular rivers, and those alluvial deposits, it ranges from 1000 to 2000 meters. The relief and physiography of India. The relief and physiography of India was greatly influenced by the geological and geomorphological processes. So, it is mostly the modification is in the Indian subcontinent. Now, the physiography. What do you mean by this physiography here? Physiography is the outcome of the structure. What do you mean by the physiography? Physiography is the outcome of the structure, process, and the stage of development. The land of India is characterized by great diversity in its physical feature. Now, if I talk about the physiography here, now, if I talk about the physiography here, physiography is the outcome of the structure. The outcome, the process, and the stage of development is known as the physiography. What? The outcome of structure, the process, and the stage of development is known as the physiography. Very, very important. The land of India. If I talk about the land of India, it is being characterized by the great diversity. Yes, our India has a very great diversity. Why? Because it has mountains, it has different types of climates, different kind of agricultural conditions. You see, from the northern part to the southern part, we have a great diversity, and also we have different physical features. The north has a vast expanse of rugged topography consisting of a series of mountain ranges which with varied peaks mounting beautiful valleys and deep gorges. Now if I talk about the north of India has a rough topography. It has a rough terrain topography which has a series of mountains. Now there are different mountain ranges such as the Himalayas. The Himalayas has many types of mountain ranges. Also on the other hand, there are peaks, there are mountains, there are beautiful valleys and deep gorges. Deep gorges are there. You see how diverse our India is. Also, the south consists of stable tableland with highly dissected plateau, denuded rocks and developed series of scarps. In between these two lies the vast North Indian plain. Now, if I talk about the south consists of a stable tableland with highly dissected plateaus. Now, if I talk about the south, first example comes the peninsular plateau. The peninsular plateau comprises the south of India. It comprises the south of India and also it is being comprised with the denuded rocks and developed series of scarps. And in between these two lies the North Indian plain. Now, in between the peninsular plateau, there lies the North Indian plain. Now, if I talk here about the North Indian plain, let me go to the map. Here, this whole part is comprised to be as the North Indian plain. I mean to say North Indian plain. You can see it very much carefully. The whole part is comprised to be as the North Indian plain, and the North Indian plain is between the peninsular plateau here. It is between the peninsular plateau here. So, I hope you have understood. Now, India can be divided into the following physiographic divisions. Now, you see, as we have known about the definition of physiography, so here there are different physiographic divisions. First comes the northern and northeastern mountains. The northern and northeastern mountains comes as the Aravalli ranges and the Himalayas. The northern plains also come, the peninsular plateau, which is in the south of India, which means the whole south of India comprises the peninsular plateau, the Indian desert, the Thar desert. The Thar desert, which is in Rajasthan, is known as the Indian desert, and Thar desert is known to be the second largest desert in the world, second or third largest desert. First comes the Sahara desert, which is in Egypt, comprises the part of Egypt and also comprises the part of other countries, and here Thar desert is also comes in the position, the second or third largest desert in the world. The coastal plains are there. What do you mean by the coastal plains? Like for example, the coastal beaches. Kerala is there, Tamil Nadu is there, Goa is there. Those are known to be as the coastal plains. Also, the western Ghats and the eastern Ghats come under the coastal plains, and here the islands. The islands come as the Lakshadweep Islands, the Andaman Nicobar Islands come under this island category. So, I hope so you have understood regarding the Himalayas and the peninsular plateau. We have also studied about the peninsular block and also the physiography, and also about the Indus, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra, how it was being developed. So I hope so you are clear with this small part of the chapter. And if you want to know any of the courses regarding our institute, you can contact us in this number 8638391721, and thank you for watching my video.